Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome back to another look back. 60 years ago this week ending August 14th, 1965. We're going to look at the Hot 100 charts, see where Beatles song is this week, and what else is on here. Let's take a look. Start down here in the bubbling under. Let's see what catches my eye here. Last week we had a lot of action down here. There's a new one by the Sir Douglas Quintet. There's the Beatles, I'm Down. That was on there last week. That's the B-side of Help. There's the Hollies again with I'm Alive. And like I said, that it's not going to be a hit here, but in England, where they're from, it went all the way to #1. And then look at that. There's Barry Maguire, Eve of Destruction. That's going to be a big song and part of the so-called folk rock scene of the Byrds. And look at that. There's the Kingsmen with Louie Louie. Again, I don't know if that's the exact same song or then they're just re-releasing it or what. And let's get on to the main chart. On here, what are we going to do? Still haven't looked that up. I believe that David Jones is Davy Jones because that's his coal picks when the coal gems of the Monkees. So that's interesting. And look at that, Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys. It's going to be their big song starting down here at 99. This is the position, weeks on the chart, weeks in the previous position in the previous weeks, and stars mean fast movers. Let's see what we got here. Liar, Liar, Castaways. I think that's a one-hit wonder for them. We'll see how high that goes in the future. There's Donovan with Colors on the little hickory label. There's OJ's, Marvelettes. Look at that name, that's cool. Jive 5. The Perry Como, so you got a variety here, and Jim Reeves. Drifters. Wayne Newton with Summer Wind. I think I'm familiar with Frank Sinatra's version of Summer Wind. It's a nice song. There's Fly Me to the Moon, Tony Bennett. And I think that Sinatra did that one too, and a big hit with it. I think it's the same song. There's Vic Dana. There's the Animals. This next to House of the Rising Sun. Maybe we got to get out of this place is their best known song after that. And I believe in their 83 or 84 comeback LP where they all got back together, they did a redo of that. I think they did. And there's the Searchers there at 79. There's Kingsman with Annie Fanny. Maybe that Louie Louie's a B-side on that. Not sure. Marianne and Keats will be in the next in line. That's a nice song, but not as memorable as some of their others. There's Freddie Canyon with Action, 71. Elvis with Tickle Me, 6 weeks on the charts here, and it's getting to 70. Is that a name of one of his movies? Did a lot. I think he did 2 or 3 a year each year in the 60s until the end there. Okay, let's move over to the second column, see what we've got. Dionne Warwick, Freddie and the Dreamers, Dean Martin with Houston. I like that song. He has his variety show on. Actually, this is August, so in a month or so, his variety show will be on the air, and that'll run till about 1974. And by the end, it sort of morphed into the roast format, and he continued doing those into the early 80s. I remember Mr. T was one of the last ones they did, or the special where they'd have everybody tell jokes about the guest of the week. Here's Ain't Me, Babe. Is that written by Bob Dylan? On the White Whale label at 53 for the Turtles. Righteous Brothers there at 50. There's Heart Full of Soul at 49. Was that other one in the Next in line, what number is that? 0366. No, it's got a different number. Anyway, they've got 2 on the charts right now. Heart Full of Souls, much more memorable. And to see how high that's going to get. Maybe it'll get top 10. There's the Beau Brummels approaching the top 40 again with You Tell Me Why. Seventh Son by Johnny Rivers. Birds, All I Really Want to Do. Look at that. See, so I did stall because of shares there. 45, 43, 42. So they'll probably be releasing something new pretty soon. I Can't Help Myself. 14 weeks on the charts, coming down to 35. The 4 tops. There's Roger Miller. Jackie DeShannon, 13 weeks. Dropping down to 33 with What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. All right, let's move over to the first column. Theme from a Summer Place by Letterman. Tracks of My Tears. It's at number 30 by The Miracles. Temptations right next to them there. Supremes. Nothing But Heartaches. 3 weeks, it's up to 27. There's Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. Marvin Gaye. Peter and Gordon. Petula Clark. So we got some more British invasion action going on with those. Leslie Gore. There's James Brown with his, I think that's, to me, that's his signature song. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag. Jay and the Americans, Caramia coming down. There's Cher, All I Really Want to Do, so it's got to 18. There's Dino, Desi, and Billy. Let's see how high they can go. I'm a Fool is at number 17. There's the Beatles, Help, in 2 weeks. It first started out at 41, now it's at 14. This is Dave Clark, 5. There's the Strangeloves, I Want Candy. Look at that hanging around at 12, 12, 11. Just can't break into the top 10 right now. Let's see what's going to happen next week. If it's going to quite get there or not. That's a memorable song. There's Down in the Boondocks, Billy Joe Royal on Columbia Records. Climbing to number 10. There's California Girls. Another biggie for the Beach Boys on Capitol. At number 9. There's Patty Duke. Getting all the way to out number 8. Don't just stand there. You have to hear that one to remember it. There's the same old song. It's a good song. There's 4 tops. Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody at 6. What's New, Pussycat? It was at 4. Then it climbed to 3 and 3. Now it's back down to 5. By Tom Jones on the little Parrot label. I'm Henry VIII, I Am. Last week's number 1 is 4. Herman's Hermits. Gary Lewis and the Playboys, they're having another big hit. They're top 5, moving from 4 to 3. Save Your Heart for Me. Can't Get No Satisfaction. No, no, no. Another week at number 2. Was number 1 a little while ago. And a new number 1. Sonny and Cher's I Got You, Babe. So we got Cher separately with All I Really Want to Do. And then Sonny and Cher's signature song, I Got You, Babe, is at number 1 now. That's pretty cool. They're on the Atco label. I think that was yellow and white, that 45 label. Looking at the labels, there's always a neat thing to do when we're starting to recognize those. And so that's for the week ending August 14th, 1965. We'll be back again next week looking at all the songs. And if you'd like, I'm set up now that you could leave a super thanks if you're so inclined. If you do, thank you very much. See you again next week.